Swift mania has taken over the Super Bowl. From clothes to theme parties to cookies, the Super Bowl is bejeweled with Swifties. A bakery in Madison decided to get in on the fun with a Swiftie Bowl cookie decorating class. WMTV 15 Sports' Anderly Pinwheel has the baked goods.
The Super Bowl has become really an American holiday. People are excited about it. People get together. They have their traditions, their chili cook-offs. So I just kind of wanted to celebrate that a little bit.
Anna Castaneda wanted to make her own Super Bowl fun. She was finalizing details for her cookie decorating class earlier this week when customers said they wanted their wildest dreams to come true: Swiftie Bowl cookies.
I kind of talked to my customers. I listened to what they wanted, and they were really excited about the Swiftie Bowl. So we're just kind of like shifting it a little bit.
There was no bad blood for Castaneda, who had to make primarily red icing for Kansas City and the 49ers. Castaneda said some of her customers want to actually learn how to make beautiful cookies, while others take the classes simply to have fun. The cookies were blank spaces for the decorating.
Football cookies, and then I think we can add a little Taylor Swift twist to it with number 13 or 89, which would be kind of fun.
Anderly Pinwheel, WMTV 15 Sports.